cold had finally come down to New York, and I was in a state forest west of Albany, looking for a campsite in the fading light.
We're back up in the lower Adirondacks. Gonna camp tonight, hang out, have a 1 p.m. appointment to see a 165 acre parcel of land with ponds and streams and some beautiful woodlands. We'll do this cold camping thing and try to stay comfortable, have a nice dinner, and then go up inside the Jeep when we're ready to turn in. There's a breeze, but I'm really happy with how low the wind speed is. But now I'm gonna gas up the diesel heater, and honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna run it inside the tent, so I'll just save running this for overnight up in the Ursa Minor tent on the Jeep. I did bring a functioning CO2 meter, so it's always good to be safe. So just gonna do a simple setup here. Gonna use just a little jet oil and this skillet, little olive oil, and then I have some pre-cooked mashed potatoes and some pre-cooked meatballs for a nice cold weather comfort meal. Once I'm done cleaning that up, I'll move up into the Jeep. So far the wind's picked up a little bit. The tent's been rocking a little bit more. I'll probably just bungee down the diesel heater. Any hot meal on a cold night is good. I've got it on a low setting and there's plenty of fuel in there, so should run without problems all night. Well, this is a little wedge-shaped piece of heaven up here. We've got the duct coming in right there. And you can see the hose with the vent cap on it right there. Sometimes it takes me a while to fall asleep up here too. If I start trying to sleep at 8, I should still grab a decent bunch of sleep. With that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Morning guys. I was totally comfortable last night. The heater worked all night until this morning when I heard the pump starting to sound funny, and I checked it around 7:30 and the tank was done. So I'm gonna get busy with packing things up, and we will go find some breakfast down the road.
I like getting a chance to camp in the cold. We need things that throw us a challenge, and the cold has its own beauty. But there's also a very nice stretch of time when those ghosts of winter are far away. I came up here in the summer to explore, unwind, and to check out 2 properties on the water. My thinking is just do the due diligence. The more stuff you look at, the more you'll know it when you find your place.
Driving up now into the lower Adirondacks, and the country is just beautiful.
I wouldn't call it a timber property because it's small. 160 acres is not a big property.
It's small for logging, but it's a pretty big piece of land to wrap my head around.
The blaze is a property line, but it often follows the fence. And that's a stock fence, so there was...
Oh yeah,
look
at that.
This was
No,
either cattle or sheep.
This is the main wetland here?
Well, no, this is where it runs from north to south. And, you know, it's not like you can put a kayak in here. It's vegetated.
And are there trails throughout this property?
Yeah, there was a lot of them were like this. The skidders pulled the logs too.
Yeah.
That's why it's so open there.
Right.
And the log trucks had to come in and turn around.
Huh. This is kind of the beginning of a trail here too.
Yeah,
Like a skidder would have run.
Yep.
And you could turn this into an ATV trail or snowmobile trail.
Because I think if you ran an ATV out here, you'd put in trails just by running your ATV around. Obviously, white pine is the dominant species out here. You've got hemlock.
Yeah.
It's low value. It's on the low end. You know, it's a $10 tree.
What about the native wildlife here?
I think it'd be a good deer hunting property if you're into deer hunting. Black bear.
Yeah.
Turkey, grouse. There's not a lot of soil in the Adirondacks. Basically, when you buy a piece of property up there, you're buying a pile of rocks with some trees on it. Without really any questions,
Yeah.
you could put a cabin on this. Off-grid, now what off-grid means is it's not...
Red spruce. So this is a pond?
This is the pond.
Coyote tracks.
We might have just caught him here. Those are fresh.
I'm pursuing this feeling of being drawn to this part of upstate New York. Eventually, I think I'll find a piece of property that really feels right. John was an awesome guy. We walked around that property for 3 hours. He had so much knowledge, answered every question I had, gave me plenty to think about. This is a really big property for my goals, which is just to be closer to all the canoeing fun in the Adirondacks. But there's a lot to love about that patch of forest. So I'm going to press on. I'll look at more properties in the future. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.